come together with a common belief that government can do good. It can help people, but then it's limitless on how we look at that. So it isn't strictly on what we're doing to help people and how government's doing it, but all the structures around it.
Last year after this event, we formalized the Progressive Caucus in Chicago, and we have 8 official members.
When you do have those limited resources, or you do have that limited time, how do you then build the sustainable organizations?
One of the goals of Local Progress has been able to share policy ideas, advance policy ideas, and coordinate on campaigns.
A lot of great ideas, a lot of people already hard at work, and we can only build a better model.
Another thing we look at is it a campaign that allows us to go on offense?
We just thought we'd be stronger together than we are separately in our own cities.
Be the youngest council member in New York City. I'm from the Bronx.
Really work to develop more progressive leaders who aren't afraid to speak up.
We have the lowest jobless rate now in the nation. It is now sitting at 4.9%.
I co-chair the Progressive Caucus in the New York City Council, and we're about to elect the most progressive mayor that New York City's had in 50 years, maybe ever.
The difference will be made by leaders and activists like you, talking about which solutions can work in our communities, talking about how to organize to achieve them, how to change the political debate in your localities, but also nationwide.
The main emphasis is this local principal reduction program. This is an effort to prevent foreclosures, keep people in their homes, stabilize our neighborhoods, and give our local economy a chance to recover.
So the fact that you should even look at child abuse rates, that you should look at recycling rates, that you should look at civil rights and police, right? So these aren't siloed in 3 different meetings here. Youth violence went from one of the highest in the state to 0 in the last 3 years, nothing.
Discussion I was moderating was on police reform.
Being a part of this network gives us the opportunity to send them to a direct point of contact.
I think the federal government is set up to maintain the status quo and won't change until there's pressure from the bottom up, and so we need to build from the states and the cities.
I know that I can't do my job. We can't do our job in the Congress as progressives fighting for working men and women. We can't do it unless all of us are on the same team together.
So it's a grassroots effort that both works on the policy side, but the interpersonal as well.
Of people who share my values and whose values I share, so that we can work together, not only doing what's best for our own cities, but as a whole team.
Thanks to Local Progress, I connected to Wilson Goode, and we're now touting the Philadelphia model as the solution for what we can do in Yonkers.
Nice to see what we've done, you know, it's being kind of replicated in other places. And
we have the same issues, I mean, really, if you think about it, and it's just great to be able to network and just reach out to someone.
I picked up a few things that I plan to use when I get back home, actually.
Fantastic. I picked up so many ideas that we want to just get back and start hit the ground running back home.
They felt that they're part of a larger picture because it's some very powerful, thoughtful, national leaders who are willing to visit with us and share their ideas.
I feel a lot more hope and a lot more optimism.
And if we start to change legislation in cities, we start to change this country.